Thank you so much for tuning in to the Meliza Show. This episode will feature internationally acclaimed Trinidadian soca star Darryl Farmer Nappy Henry, who celebrates over 30 years in the soca music industry. Through accolades such as Calypso of the Year Award, MTV's Artist of the Week, to name a few, his rich legacy as one of soca's top entertainers of all time continues to grow. He shares his life journey, how his music came to life, and where the industry lands. Hello. Thank you so much for being here, Mr. Farmer Nappy.
It's a pleasure being here.
A legend of soca, a legend of the Caribbean, a legend of Calypso. The list goes on and on and on and on. And, that's some of the stuff that I want to talk to you about today. But first of all, how are you feeling about this Toronto weather that you just got acquainted to yesterday?
It's cool. Very, very cool.
It is.
But that's life, you gotta face it. Just warm up and be nice.
Yeah. No, for sure. And honestly, it's an honor to be here, with you today. Toronto is this huge melting pot and something that I grew up in the city, listening to your music, watching you perform throughout carnivals throughout. And I just want to take us back a little bit to your upbringing and your childhood. I know I've learned a lot of things with you growing up with the Montanos. I know your nickname Darryl. I know, all the things. So just wanted to take us back to those times and looking at where you were and where you are now. Tell me about that journey.
At the age of 7 years, Marshall dad met me fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And then he picked me up and he said, come and help me move some stuff. But in those days, you could have go on people's vehicle without, being scared of what happening these days now. And what I watch is like the guys who older than me, when they go on the van first, then I will go.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I went, and when we went to where they was moving from, he told me, say, go and help those two guys inside there. And I met Marshall and his brother Marcus. And when they moved to Superior, I basically moved into the house with them.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So I actually grew up with them from the age of 7 years to now.
Wow.
Yeah.
And when you look at that journey and how you both grown up together in the world of soca and Trinidad, the flavors of South, I know you're from there initially. Tell me about how that has been translated now into who you are and what you do.
Well, I'm just a normal guy from my neighborhood, where I born and grew up. I still live there, and I never moved from there because I feel comfortable there.
Mm-hmm.
And growing up in the country is like, we was not in the city where my life was around the place. It's just country life, and I remain that kind of way, country life,
mm-hmm.
living on needs and at once, so basically coming out here is like, when I come out to work, I come to work, but when I go back to Trinidad, I go right back into the country to my life where I normally live, in slippers and short pants.
Yeah. not no tracksuit and sweatsuits. No. you gotta stay cool out there, of course. And I live in like that too. Whenever you're in the islands, that's how you have to live. When you take a look at your journey and that and how music came about to you, can you describe that feeling that you felt when you were saying, I'm going to start making music, I love this is for me, and the inspiration that came with that?
But music was always in me.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I was small, like, my mom always played mass, but those days it didn't have no trucks on the road with music. It was pan.
Yeah.
So my mom would make friends with a guy who playing 6 bass where it have length inside where he plays. So she would make friends with him, and she will say, "Can you keep her son for the day?" Which every half hour you'll see she coming back, bringing snow cone for me, making sure I'm okay. But while I'm sitting there with him, by the time lunchtime, I already know a song because I'm watching playing, and it's amazing way, like, all in school we used to be beating up the desk when the school teacher go on, we beating this up. Music was always into me.
Mm-hmm.
And in school I ended up playing pan in school too, like, a subject.
Yeah.
So it was always into me music, but I never knew that it would have been my life.
Yeah.
What I'm doing now, I never know that it would have bring me places that I never been before. So thanks to the Father for executing that talent into me.
And when you think about that music portion and, like you said, the places in which it's brought you. I know you've shared stages with hip hop artists.
Yeah.
You've been, with Rick Ross. You've had a moment with Darryl. And what are your experiences and memories when it comes to sharing a stage with a hip hop artist?
Well, when I share the stage with them, I just know that I'm important.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because hip hop, reggae, soca, is different genre of music. But so, like, if I could be accepted on those stages with those bigger artists, I feel that my music is going somewhere. Somewhere, somebody is listening to my music. So it's an honor and it's a pleasure to be on stage with top artists.
Of course.
Yeah.
And being so big in the groovy soca world, the Calypso world, have you ever thought to yourself, how can I tap into hip hop itself, or are you more so
Not
just
really.
stick to
Not really. I stick to my music, because a lot of people. My main thing is I'm chasing a Grammy award.
Yes.
I am chasing it, and I know I will win a Grammy award because I'm very determined.
You will.
And one of the next thing I want is one of my songs to be in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
And the topic where my songs come, because I watch Kevin Little would turn me on. It took him 4 years for that song to go international. So I just always say, one day my music, some will cross border. So that is why I maintain owning my masters.
Yeah.
Because your song could be in a movie, your song could win a Grammy, but you don't own it. Because you sing, you know what I mean? So that's why other than singing, the business part of it, I don't make joke with the business part of it, because a lot of people get the glory on being out there and famous. Yes, that glory is nice, but no, owning your music and the business part of it is the most important thing to me. Yeah, because a lot of people will die today or tomorrow and they don't own the music. When I pass today or tomorrow, my music must be owned by my kids. So that is why I don't make joke with the business side of it.
For sure.
Yeah.
You will get a Grammy. We know that now. We were marking this on this episode, on this show.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for that day to happen.
It will, you know what I mean? It will, but because a lot of my music, as I say, I stick into groove, because if you watch Bob Marley, it was a bounce. So, and I did shows reggae on the river and stuff with Marshall, and I saw the type of music and the people want the groove, right? The fast songs is Carnival and Parade. You know what I mean? So, you wouldn't hear Farmer too much on the Parade songs or whatever, but I stick to the groove and I stick to women singing for ladies.
Mind you, I was chipping down the road like last week, and Down the Center was actually playing
Well,
repeats.
That is a festival song. It's a festival song. A lot of people had mixed feeling that with Farmer in the center, but they don't know I'm a Carnival guy. They know me for like group singing, women and nice, this or whatever. But it had the bacchanal side of Farmer, so in the center was one of them, and there will be some more coming.
Oh, some more. I'm excited to see that and hear that.
Some more coming. I'm working with Neutron this year. And before working with Neutron, I used to work with him in the band. He was the machine operator in Ecstatic. So we worked together before, and this project we came with here is meaningful to us. It's very deep. It's a deep project where it's deeper than how we think it is. You know what I mean? And God sent this project, because this project in the center was the original of this song is Fix It Up by Carl Jacob.
Wow.
Yeah, this is an entertainer from 1987. This song was, and the first person I saw entertaining was Carl Jacob. As a little youth at the age of 9 years, I saw him, and I say, this is what I want to do. And I grew up underneath him, and I went to him 3 years ago, 3-4 years ago, and asked him to do over the song. He said, go ahead and do it. I wasn't paying no mind to it, just having loving the song, and I went to Neutron to record, and I just told him, I said, yo, hear this song. And he started chopping up, and I really in the center came.
Wow.
So it was something we had was to go there, and Neutron Dad, we used to play bass with Carl and Carol Jacob.
Look at this full circle moment.
This song is more deeper than how it is. It's
Now I'm gonna cherish those moments as I am on the road listening to that. Even so, just hearing it alone, that's huge. And I just kind of want to rewind back to those times when you were in that band and working with Neutron Dad, and you're also at Marshall.
Well, I didn't work with Neutron Dad.
Okay.
Carl Jacob, Neutron Dad used to work with a band called Chandelier with Carl Jacob and them, right?
Got it. Okay.
And what happened is Marshall and myself always used to be watching them. We watched bands like Colin Lucas, Song Revolution, Firefly. We used to watch them. And like we grew up underneath them. We grew up underneath David rather than Chris Herbert. Because Chris is my mentor.
Okay.
And watching them and working with them is like they grew us up.
Mm-hmm.
So Neutron is like my little brother. When I heard that his father Ansel Price used to play with Chandler, it make me get closer to Neutron. And this specific Indie Center song, it was tied with Neutron, his father, Carl Jacob, myself, Karen Jacob. So as I said, the song is deeper than how it is. If you watch the backbone of it, the song is deeper than how it is. And I honestly, the song was, I did put down the song. I did leave it in a corner until November. GB called and said, yo, we mix the song and master it. And what song in the center? I said, what song in the center? Because I know that's go down, right?
Yeah.
You see in the center. I said, right. I did not believe in this song. I didn't know the song would have reached where it reached.
And look at it now.
And it made me learn that the stone that the builder refused will become your head cornerstone. So it's, as I said, the song is deeper than how it is.
Yeah.
Very deep.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
It's super important, and I think that with any song that we hear, either produced by you or sung by you, or we enjoy it. That's what it is. Anybody that listens to your music, they just enjoy it. They groove in. They're really thinking about what it's, the words and the lyrics to it, but they don't know that deeper story to it. So when I look at your music, like Hookin' Me, we got Big People Party, like those different tracks themselves. When you produced those and came up with them and sung them, what were the thought process?
Well,
as well?
I did not write Hookin' Me. It's not about some that song.
You did.
I mean, and Big People Party, it was Ghostwriters. Wrote this song, but what happened is for the past 17 years, I have been producing with the Red Boys out of Barbados.
Red Boys out of Barbados?
Yeah.
Okay.
For the past 17 years, my music is produced in Barbados. And Mikey Holzmeiser and Scott Gull, those are the producers. And Mikey, honestly, is the person who just sit behind me and say, okay, I like this song. I don't like this one. So they are the producers who really choose my song for me. Well, these days, they produce anything because the kids is going to university.
Yeah.
So everything they produce it. So they're producing anything. But the Red Boys is my main producers. In fact, they are the producers that I say that made people respect Farmer Nappy. So Red Boys out of Barbados. My music for the past 17 years have been produced by them. And things like Hookin' Me. Hookin' Me is a real song where people just get choked. And they just get choked really in garbage bag. You know what I mean? People ask me if it's a true story. Nobody can chew me out because I tune my own keys. You know what I mean? But it is a real life story where people get put out. And the song itself was a reality song. Big People Party is a song that made Trinidad respect me. To say, well, okay, give him his respect now. So as I say, Big People Party is a song that I always say make me wear shirt and tie. So those are songs where it made Farmer career go to the next level.
Yeah.
Because it was first Big People Party, and then that My House. Then we came at Technically, and then Hookin' Me came coming up the road, you know what I mean? So these are the songs where seal Farmer to know that don't mess with Farmer. Farmer is very different.
Period.
Yeah, very different. Yeah.
You mentioned all of these moments and these accolades in your journey itself. Did you ever come across a moment where you felt an obstacle, where you stumbled and didn't know if this was the journey that you wanted to continue on?
Well, my biggest obstacle was drinking alcohol. You know what I mean? And is 26 years now I am alcohol free.
I'm on 8. Wow,
Yeah,
26.
and what happened is the person who behind that is Marshall.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Because he is one of the biggest element in my life. You know what I mean? Because he's younger than me, but everything he tells me, I keep it inside. And one of the things he told me, we were underneath a mango tree, and he said that you are crashing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And in order to continue working with me, you have to go and fix yourself. Mm-hmm. And certain people wouldn't tell you that. It have people like to celebrate failure.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And he sit down with me and tell me to go and fix myself. Within 8-9 months, he see that, I'm trying, and he bring me back in the band. And from there, you know what I mean, I'm thankful for the knowledge from him that have me 26 years now, alcohol free.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
That's huge, especially in a world of rum and...
Well, it's your mind.
Mm-hmm.
It's your mind.
It's true.
Everything is based on your mind. It's up to you. You gotta watch yourself to see, well, are you gonna continue drinking and crashing yourself, or are you gonna wake up and smell the coffee? So, you know what I mean? And it's the people behind you, because you could have people who could encourage you to continue drinking, but he did not encourage you. To me, in order to work with me, you have to go and fix yourself. And that is a strong message to me that wake me up, and thanks to him that I am 26 years alcohol free now.
Amazing. Looking at your music and obviously being from Trinidad itself, Carnival is now emulated throughout the Caribbean. It's in Toronto, it's in different parts of this region and this world. What are ways in which you believe music can really capture the soul of those around?
Clean music.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure your music clean. You know what I mean? Because the kids are listening to our music, and the kids know music word for word.
Mm-hmm.
So censor your music to be clean, because our music is happy music. Our music is not no violent music, or we just, when we jump and run, they might think we're violent, but we just enjoying ourselves. But the main thing is censor your lyrics.
Soca, that's what it is, the soul of soca. And when you look at yourself and your relationship with Marshall now compared to where it is, what can we expect? Are we expecting some music? Are we looking at, I don't know. I know you guys are very spiritual in that sense as well.
More business. We start talking more business stuff to make our legacy be known and be recognized. Because one of the strong points behind Marshall is his mom. You know what I mean? And behind all of us, because Sunday she sent me a text, congratulations, I'm so proud of you all, because Marshall was in the Calypso Monarch this year. And one of the ex-band member, Oral Rodriguez, who used to play with us, he wrote out Marshall music. So she said thanks to Oral, thanks, because she watch us now and she see our hard work, and she's very proud of us. And right now is more business to keep it on, because it's supposed to have a next Marshall, it's supposed to have a next Farmer Nappy. So we looking for these things and looking to train other people, but not to just be a singer or be an artist. You have to know the business, save your money. I just call myself from nothing to something. So that is what we're looking for, from the nothings to bring them to the something. Yeah.
And those that are around, that are watching you, looking up to you, that are trying to be the nothing to somethings, what's a piece of advice that you can share?
Focus.
Focus.
Yeah, just focus, because sometimes you go and you take a loan to build a house. And when you take the loan finish, money finish, and you never even start the house. Focus. Yeah. Focus on what you need to do. At the side of you right now, and I always say that at the side of me, I have only welding touch. I don't see at the side no more. I see forward.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I just want to quickly share Trinidad Carnival. How was your experience
this year?
Yeah.
It was alright. One of the things is, to me, and I'm telling you from my heart, promoters of Trinidad Carnival have to ask themselves if they're contributing to the career or if they are robbing the industry. That is what promoters have to do, because at the end of the day, they just watch to make money. They don't know the recording part of it, the money spent, this and that. So they just, you know what I mean, just a lot of artists will say that they was not hired for Carnival because they always keep rich. Nappy always in the bunch. They always hire a bunch of artists. And the rest of the artists just at the sideline. Make room for everybody. Right? I'm in the bunch where they hired, but at the same time, it's like I always watch on the outskirts. So make room for everybody. Don't just take our culture like a money making. Because it's like from December to Ash Wednesday is a money making. After Ash Wednesday, they go away. If next year they don't have a hit, they don't call you. So we artists have to start to sit down and work together against promoters.
Seriously.
Because the promoters working against us. So we need, but it is very hard for that because they have no unity in this industry. They might see and they might think everything is a Bella Roses, but everybody like they want the Bella Rosa, like they want to drive the Range Rover and the Benz and be up there, which do even have a toilet and bath in Range Rover and Benz. You know what I mean? But to be up there, is a difference. So we need to start
work together,
come together, which is very hard. I'm not seeing it very near in the future, but truly trying.
And I appreciate that perspective.
Being real, you know what I mean? Being real.
At the end of the day, there's limited soca artists. A handful of guys.
Just a handful. And what I realized too, and I learned something very, very important in the years of 2007, I learned it, where Biggie, when I sang Chipping Down the Road, my own man in Barbados, I released this song. He came after Cup Over and he told me, he said, don't expect to get no work for Labor Day and for Miami Carnival this year. You have to go to Trinidad, and when your song get big in Trinidad, then you start a tour. So my song was released 2007. It was big in Trinidad Carnival 2008, and 2008 is when I started tour with Chipping. And he was right, so you could see that other than Trinidad is in Mecca. So like people from Antigua, Barbados, St. Vincent, St. Lucia, they just have to come to Trinidad for the sound to be big to start a tour. You know what I mean? So it is very difficult. It's a handful.
Wow. No, thank you so much again for sharing that perspective. And were there any highlights at least that you enjoyed? Or
to me, I enjoy the go down. Yeah, because when you're singing, right, it was so fun when you go down. You only see them female head going down. But them man and them standing up and I try to tell them go down with your girl. You understand? So if the go down was the best thing.
Bringing out Carl.
And bringing out Carl and Carol Jacob. You know what I mean? The original people and in Hyatt Lyman and the Magica was the highlight of the Carnival. Another highlight is How I Live In. You know what I mean? Better than them. So it was nice way the people are saying, because when I come with the song How I Live In, the producers them said they better than them, looking like if you're showing off. I said no, that's what you will think. But when a masquerader pay them money to come to Trinidad, pay for the costume and going up, How I Live In better than them, it's like you feeling good about you inside. So I sing for the masquerader. So like Altasia, I want to say thanks very much for the song. I want to say thanks to GBM Neutron and God bless for the project we did together. I also want to say thanks to Mevon, them for the Titi Veridam, and I want to say thanks to Shaolin on Chinese Laundry for Smooth Ride, and Zan, I want to thank you very much for writing Smooth Ride and the Concentrate Rhythm Colonel and everybody, because the songs that I released this year, all of them was a hit. So I thank everybody who was part of my career this year. Thank you very much. The people that who never write for me, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. This, short and sweet, but at the end of the day, we spoke about the substance, right? You bring that. You brought that in your career. You brought that in what you do. There's a reason why you get the Calypso of the Year award. There's a reason why you get these accolades, and people recognize your sound and your voice for these moments. So thank you so much for your time, for sharing what you've shared today, and I'm looking forward to seeing you throughout the rest of the year, and when you get that Grammy, and I'll be there cheering you on, same way I was this whole me growing up and listening to you my
Thank
whole
you
life.
very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you again for tuning in, and we hope you enjoyed this episode. If you haven't already, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel, as well as follow us on Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts.